watching Guitar 101 Rammstein, and I have another Baglama Saz video for you today. I think that makes 3 in one day. It's like a record. And if you're the guitar people watching my channel and you're wondering why I'm only doing Saz videos lately, that's because those videos have been getting the best feedback. So, you know, if you like the guitar videos, leave some feedback on those and I'll do more guitar videos. But in this video, I want to go over some essential techniques that you have to learn to play this instrument that really will make a big difference in your playing. I realize when I'm giving lessons, I'm always kind of thinking, like, forgetting, I should say, that not everyone's like a guitar player that just picked up a Baglama. There are some people I know that just love the instrument, so they bought one and they don't really have a lot or any experience on a guitar, so they're not so familiar with some of the techniques I might be talking in videos that I just assume everyone knows. So I'm going to go over basically 3 techniques today. They're called Hammer-ons, they're called pull-offs, and then they're what we call Trills. I'm going to explain how to play them, and how to practice them, and how they work. We'll start off with the hammer-on. Okay, a hammer-on is a note that's produced only with the fretting hand, my left hand, if you're right-handed. And that is my finger, like, just hammering down into the fretboard on the string. And you see, I don't have to pluck anything. I can just make the string make a note on itself. Now, it's a lot easier, like I'm doing it just from out of nowhere, just no note and just hitting. But it's a lot easier if you produce a note first. So the way I'm going to show you to practice first, if you're totally new to this, is we're going to just pluck an open string. You can start on the bottom course. And I'm going to just, in this case, I'll use the 4th fret. It doesn't matter. You can use any fret, but just to try it out, we're going to pluck and then bring our finger down to that 4th fret. And we're only plucking once, so that second note is this finger just coming down here. So it's like... And this is sometimes a difficult thing to explain how the fingers work. The best explanation I heard for it, one of the key factors I should say, is the fingers got to move fast. Like it's coming down fast. It doesn't mean we have to do the hammer-on fast, because even if I pluck the first note, I can wait as long as I want, even if that note's no longer ringing out. It's just when the finger comes down, don't do it like slow, do it fast. That's the biggest thing. And the work, and we can do it with any finger. It's really all in the knuckles here. So it's really the muscle in your forearm that's doing the work. You don't want to use like the knuckle here or at the tip of the last knuckles. You know, it's these knuckles. The rest of my fingers are really relaxed. So it's like the fingertip has all the weight in it, and it's like swinging and hitting into the fret. And I don't want it to like just hit the string. I want it like a magnet is pulling my finger into the fretboard on those strings. Another key factor is where you're hitting the note. You want to hit on what we call the sweet spot of the fret. So if we look at I'll look at my 1st fret here. And I'm going to move it really closely. Hopefully you can see. You see, I'm really close to that bottom fret wire. Not on it, but right next to it. That's the easiest. It takes the less tension. And it's the best habit to get in general to play on. Is always in that area of the fret. So if you try to do it like too high up, see what I mean? It makes a big difference. Alright. Now, you can try this first with an open string. And what I'll see people do sometimes is they're like, take your time with it and just remember that when you bring your finger down, just that movement is fast. You don't have to do the hammer-on really fast after the first note. So I'll see people like trying to do like, they're plucking and hammering at the same time. You know, don't do it like that. Just pluck, hammer, pluck, hammer, pluck, hammer. And try it like that at first, and once you get it, then try like 2 fretted notes. So we're going to hold 1 fret. I'll hold fret number 4, and I'm going to go to 7, just as an example. You can use any combination of frets, but when you hammer on, you're always going to have to go to a higher fret. You can't hammer on down the frets. It doesn't work. So I'll do frets 4 to 7, and that's going to I'm going to try different ones, just different finger combinations. So 4 to 7. 4 to 8, and that I'm going to be using my little finger, which is going to be the hardest, you know. I'll do 4 to 5. And here's like a example, because you want to try all the possible combinations. So I'll do 4 to 5, 4 to 6, 4 to 7, 4 to, and I'll kind of go work back and forth like that. That's a good exercise. It's the same kind of thing you'd do on a guitar. And finally, we have multiple hammer-ons. So I can go like 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to pluck once, holding this first finger down on the 4th fret, and then my hammer-on is going to come on to here, here, and here. So it's like... Yeah, that's a good exercise. It's the way the microtonal notes are on the Saz. It's not always going to sound that awesome, but you know, it's a good way to just work out the fingers. And I'll try like just all those different combinations. Also, I can get like 4 in a row, 4 hammer-ons in a row if I pluck an open string. So that's about all there is for hammer-ons. I mean, it'll obviously work on any string you want. You can use multiple strings. Alright, and then we have the twin brother or the sister of the hammer-on. That is the pull-off. A pull-off is kind of like backwards of a hammer-on. And like I said, with the hammer-ons, you're going to have to work up in fret number. Pull-off, you'll work backwards in fret number. So a pull-off will do, again, work from, this case, a fretted note to an open string. So let's go ahead and go to the 4th fret. And again, get that sweet spot. That makes a big difference. And we're going to pluck that note, and then just one pluck, and then the next note is produced by the left hand kind of plucking off that string. Just kind of like, what I'm doing is just pulling my finger down, and the tension of the string snaps out from under it. So I'm going to pluck, pull off. The biggest mistake I see with people trying to do pull-offs is they try to just lift the finger. It'll work if you do it really quick after the first note, but it's going to be, you want to try to get those notes like the hammer-ons and the pull-offs to be equal volume as what you're plucking. So if I just lift, it's really weak, especially if I wait longer. Because then when you pluck a note, it has a bit of like momentum. And if I wait long and I just lift my finger, it's really quiet. I'm not going to hear much of it. So if I can wait long, and then I can really kind of pull off that string, you know, like where it's catching on my finger, and it's almost like I'm just plucking with my left hand. Alright, so that's to a fret, any fret, to an open string. And then we can do fret to fret. So we'll go like 7 to 4. 8 to 4. 5 to 4. 5, 4, open. And again, it's the same concept as hammer-ons. We're going to try different finger combinations. Multiple. So you can get 4 pull-offs in a row if you use an open string. Alright, so pull-offs and hammer-ons work really, they're awesome back-to-back. Do them back and forth like that, that's where we get into what's called a trill. Trill has been around in music since the 13th century. So it's used on, you can hear it on violin, on all sorts of instruments. So trill has a really, always makes the Baglama kind of sing. And what we're doing in this case is pull off hammer-on back to back. And you can try it slow at first. see I'm not plucking anymore. I can go very slow. It's the weight of my finger hitting, swinging and hitting that string and plucking off to get the sound. As we go really fast, you can get away with less, like trying to like pluck away for the pull off. So yeah, that's the trill. And these three techniques, you know, really will make a big difference in how you're. They're essential techniques for whether it's guitar or bass or Baglama. They're really important techniques to learn and practice. How to practice these things, I showed you a few ways, but also keep in mind you should practice in tempo. Put on a metronome, look up like a drum backing track or whatever, and do it to a rhythm. Because sometimes people will learn these pull-offs and hammer-ons, and they don't have control over them. Their fingers get kind of wild. So instead of going like, it's kind of like all over the place. So I want to like tap a tempo or put a metronome on. And, you know, really try to do it timed correctly. Because that's, you know, without the correct tempo, it's not going to sound good at all. And yeah, so those are like the top three kind of beginner techniques to learn. And I mean, if you're a guitar player, you probably already learned these, but like I said, I got to keep in mind some people that learn to play Baglama maybe have never played guitar or only played a little bit. So that's it. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of on the roll today, so I'm going to play around in my Baglama a little bit more since I got this one fixed. And we'll see, maybe I get some more videos out today or very soon. So make sure you hit that bell notification if you've already subscribed, or subscribe if you haven't. Hit like, leave comments, share the videos. All that stuff is totally appreciated. Till next time.